Hello people, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking apart this drone. As you can see, this drone has already been damaged. And a disclaimer, do not try this at home. So first we're going to try pry open the rotor here, and it already seems to be damaged using pliers. And just take that apart. The rotor. Okay, as you can see there's got electrical wires and circuits, and if I can just separate this, it's very fiddly. I'm just gonna tear off the propeller. So there, that tiny motor, you can zoom in if you want to on the screen. You can see that there's a tiny motor here, and that's what causes this whole blade to spin. So let me just pry in deeper and see if I can remove that outer casing. I'm gonna give it a light tap. Pretty thick plastic, if you ask me. Okay, so here I've just chopped that tiny piece of wire off. There. So here is an exploded view of the motor which connects the drone. It has these two conducting wires which send pulses from the battery bank all the way to the rotors, which make these spin. That tiny motor there connects to this gear here, which exerts force and allows the drone to push air down, ultimately causing the drone to fly up. Now we're going to see what's inside the heart of the drone. Got to be extremely careful here, as there is an LED light and a lithium-ion battery. So as you can see here, you can see a tiny peak of the battery which is inside. Be careful not to touch that, and make sure that you have no electricity near you or any water near you. Also make sure that the drone is off. Just get in through there. As you can see, the plastic does bend easily, but I gotta take extra care to make sure that I'm not damaging anything that I don't need to. I'm going to remove these other gears and rotors. Oh, okay. So here you can actually see that this is the casing of which the motor sits in. The motor is pretty simple. Like I said before, I explained. It turns out this time you can actually see the motor's base, which is here. Just remove that completely from the body. Be a bit strong. Okay, so back to the body of the drone. So it looks like we have a small circuit board there, probably for the LED lights. If you could just zoom in, you could probably see it. There it is, the green circuit board. It's there. Just gonna pry it open. It has a few other wires near it as well. So that motherboard is what actually sends radio frequencies and receives them from the controller, and that allows the drone to move up and down and guide it. There's a small LED light here, and again you can see the battery, which is extremely important. I'm just taking this apart now. Okay, so now I can actually access the battery bay for the battery. You can see it there. It's made in China. Now I must be extremely careful that I do not touch any of those two wires there, as they are highly conductible and they may explode. Keep in mind this is a lithium-ion battery and that it is rechargeable. Now inside, so that's basically what's inside of the body. A battery bay with the battery inside it, an LED light over here, and a motherboard that allows the drone to communicate with the controller. And, if I take it upside down, you can actually get a better look at what the underside of the drone looks like. And I might just pull this motherboard out. Okay, so it's got this black protective casing over it. I assume this is to stop it from getting damaged too easily. If you could just zoom in, camera person. Just gonna touch that with my hand. There. The complete inside of the drone. It has a few chips here, which you can see. It also has the rotor, which is connected through ribbon cable connectors and snaps on like a little Lego. Now, if I can just figure out a way to take out the battery without actually destroying the rest of the body. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, I'm just gonna try. Take that. Okay, there it is. So it appears to be a sort of plastic that just sits on top of the drone's motherboard. And I can also see the receivers. They're the WLAN antennas that allow it to communicate. Now I'm just going to find a safe way to take out this battery bay, because it is an interesting part of the whole drone. Okay, so I actually have freed it out. If I just pluck out the motherboard now, mustn't touch it with my hands. Oh, as you can see, I actually managed to make it work. If you watch that rotor carefully, I'm not sure what I did a few seconds ago, but it seemed to have stimulated a sort of pulse. It's getting very fiddly now. Okay, there you can see it. I'm not sure if you can see it, guys. So that seems to be the trigger sensor, which activates the rotors. That thing over there. There, you can hear it. I think you guys can see it now. Just goes to show that this is still a live motherboard and it is not safe to touch. If I can just crack it in one spot. There. This motherboard has now been destroyed and it can no longer produce electricity. It is safe to touch, but I would not recommend it. I just cut open that wire. Get a closer look. So here is the actual component. The rotor connects to these two ribbon style connectors inside the motherboard, and then the rest of the motherboard has been snapped up and is inside. I'm just gonna try harvest that LED light out. It's the red light emitting diode, also known as an there it is. These are traditionally the safer light bulbs, and they're also a bit more versatile. They can be used for other purposes as well. So you got the rotors, the lights, the motherboard part. Anything else too interesting in here? Gotta be careful here. Okay, so I realized that it does have a few screws, but if I can just take open some part of it, it would be really nice. Okay, so I can bend this back. Okay, so you can actually see the actual chip that seems to be controlling this whole drone. It's there. That chip there seems to be controlling it. It's connected to this other soldering chip, which seems to come through on the other side. And yes, it was. It connects to the battery bay. Another Lego style connector here. A screw. I'm gonna just puncture this wire. That's it. That wire is no longer in use. I'm gonna take this wire off as well. Piece of wire. Still have another whole rotor section to get through. Seems to be. So, oh, it turns out I already had ripped out the inside of this with the motherboard. Now, this is the actual battery. I'm not sure if it's safe to lift out yet, but I can assure you that this is not safe to do at home, especially if you're alone. Okay, I managed to get it out of the battery bay. It requires a lithium DC 0.3 7-volt battery to power this drone. It has the sticky adhesive on it, and I just need to take it out of the motherboard to see what it's really made out of. I'm not sure, but I think I just saw a spark. So I'm not sure if I can continue going through this, because I know that this is a live wire. I can't risk it, because it is a battery product. I might take the other parts of the drone's body, such as the propellers first. There's the battery bay. It is. Now that seems to be an extremely simple motherboard, but it does have a few fail-safe. Oh, if I can just take that piece off, I can actually show you guys the plastic coating that is actually meant to save the drone from a fall, so it doesn't actually rub with any of its inside contact points. Now if I need to find a way to safely disengage this thing. Twist it in the opposite direction, possibly. Okay, I found a weak spot. This is an extremely dirty job. If you consider doing this, you might not even think of putting it back together. Okay, so I think I have a full exploded view of the propellers. If you just find another propeller that I can use for this. Okay, yes, so there is the top of the propeller with the grid. You get this part and the LED. It's magnetic, it turns out. This part actually goes into here, which pursues the motor, right? And then from the radio motherboard, which is in here, sends signals from the controller. So this chip over here, from the controller to move the drone up and down. I just need to find a way to safely get into it without sacrificing too much time. So it is sharp. Advise you wear gloves. I should have worn gloves. Okay, another rotor gone. One more to go. Oh, this is so tough. Seems to be too strong, the hammer. Just blew off a few pieces there. Make sure that your drone has cooled down. Still one live wire that I managed to actually not disconfigure. I need to cut that. Okay, I whipped it out. And for the second one, oh, that's it, it's gone. Now, the really troublesome part was actually getting into this without destroying any other of the components, but as you can see, that's actually not possible. Final stage. Okay, so I have just got one more screw to go, which I can get through. If I can just nip through it, on slowly. That one screw on the piece of plastic. It's like it's almost been soldered together. Probably has, by the way. Okay, so there's one screw that's really bothering people and me. That one screw over there. See that screw? I can't even manage to snap it. It's pretty strong. Oh, meanwhile, I did manage to take out the chip that controls the whole drone. It's pretty small. One more part to go. Anytime now. Okay, it's getting some progress. Touching the battery. It's that one tiny connecting point. If I can just snap it somehow, I'd be really happy right now. Oh, there. So as you can see, the casing is a type of plastic, but it seems to be mixed with some sort of aluminum. Now, the battery base seems to sit under the motherboard. The LED light sits about here. It has screws that connect this together, and it also has these 4 rotors. So I guess this is the teardown of a drone. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and keep watching, and make sure to share this video if you want more. Thank you.